Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. I was asked the other day whether or not I would show how I drew the roses. It was from one of the videos from the pieces of artwork that I did for my husband's frame. So I will attempt to do that. The camera is at a strange angle so that I don't obscure what I'm doing with my hand. That is the plan anyway. The downside is I can't see what I'm filming. So I've taped this down at the corners. Hopefully I won't move my paper too much and you'll be able to see what I'm doing. So I'm starting with just like a fine liner. This is size 05, but you know, you could use something smaller like a 3 or an 8, a bigger one. Depends, you know, what you want your roses to look like. So to start off with, you're going to draw a circle or an ellipse, doesn't matter which, or just a randomly circular shape. And actually yours looks more circular. Mine is actually quite, it is quite an ellipse, but you can't, it doesn't look like that through the camera, I don't think. So, and then you pick a place, doesn't matter where, and just draw a curve like that. And then where it touched the side, I'll draw another one. And then you can either go, you can make 4, you could make 4 points or 3 points, doesn't really matter. I think for this one, I'll do 3 and then I'll do a 4th one like that. And then wherever it ends, it touches a line, just do a little curve to the next line like that. Now this is making kind of a 4-point thing, but sometimes it only makes a 3-point, doesn't really matter. I hope I'm drawing this slowly enough that you can see. You can always slow it down anyway. And then when you get nearer the centre, it's actually easier. And you just literally just go round and round until you can't go anywhere and just stick a... And then you've got like an oval shape, which isn't terribly natural looking for a rose. So I just add on some more petals. Try not to overthink it too much. Try not to make them too irregular. And you just keep going until you've got a shape that you're happy with, a rose sort of shape. Like that, that will do. And then I'll pop on a couple of leaves. So there's one big fat leaf, that one, and another, something like that. Okay, so we'll do some more. This isn't, you know, nothing special. I think I saw this on Pinterest or something, so it isn't my idea, but the more you practice it, the better it becomes. So let's do another one. This one is more circular for me. And you just join it with a little curve and another one. And you're really just going round like that, making a curve. Until you can't do any more. And then you want to just add some more petals around the outside. Some will be behind others. It just depends how you want it to look. I think I'll start with that one. Pop on a leaf or 2. All 3. We could have a leaf going this way. It's really hard for me to draw without moving the paper. Okay, there's another one. Right, let's try over here. Hopefully you can still see what I'm doing. Do one here. So it is really, really simple, and the more you do it, the easier it becomes. You can spend more time doing it and making it look neater. Or you can rush it like me. That will do for there. So we'll have a leaf coming off here. Obviously you don't have to do leaves if you don't want to do leaves. You can just leave yours as roses. Right, now I'm going to have a go. This is quite hard, this bit. I'm going to have a go at another one. But it's stuck behind a leaf and it's going to get behind these things as well. So you just have to have a guess. So if you see what I mean, you can't see where your lines are, so you have to just have a guess behind where they go, something like that. Right, so I should probably leave that bit there as black. I should colour in the gaps with black. Can you still see if I do one over here? Like that. And again, I'm just guessing where I can't see where my line is going, she says. Let's have a bit of a dodgy leaf there. And I'm just going to fill in the rest of this with, see, this is going to be different. I want to do one here. And it really is going to be a guessing game. I'm sure there are better ways of drawing them, but this suits my purpose. Right, let's have a think. I think I could do some more over here. I might do one in the corner here. This is going to be really tricky. Leaf in there. Right, let's have another one here. That's like a cabbage, that one. You're probably sitting there thinking, they all look like cabbages, Steph. What are you talking about? And I think I'm going to have a half of one here. Yeah, this is not going well, this bit didn't meet the thing. Never mind, make it up, don't worry about it. Right, that's my leaf there. I think I need something over here just because it's going to be a lot of white space otherwise, or black space. Anyway, you get the idea. Really, just keep going until you get a shape that you're happy with, that looks rose-like. And you can put on a leaf or not, as it, you know, as it takes your fancy. And then you can colour it in. Now, what I tend to do is get a slightly thinner pen to do the rose leaves. Although this one's not a good quality one. Hang on a minute. Well, I'll use a different one. And I'll just do a series of parallel lines, equally spaced. It doesn't really matter which direction you take this in now, except I would normally rotate it so that I can get my hand in the right position, so you have to bear with me. But then if you just, where they meet, you can do another series of parallel lines. It's much easier if you can move your paper. If I move my paper, you won't see what I'm doing, but it's definitely easier if you can do that. So you can start anywhere. And you can do any angle as well. Just keep them parallel to each other and it will look fine. So always do the left, for me, my left hand side first for some reason. Doesn't really matter where you start. Alright, but you get the idea. I have to keep rotating where I'm sitting because I can't move my paper. But for you, I'd say move your paper till you feel comfortable. Don't try and work like I'm doing at the moment, because if it doesn't feel natural, it doesn't draw very natural either. But I know if I move it, I'll move it and you won't see what I'm doing. So I'm trying to keep it still. And then I've done mine on watercolour, well, mixed media paper. So I shall watercolour mine, but you could use alcohol markers, you could use anything really. And I would fill this bit in black, but you know, you don't have to do the same. Oh, I'm so struggling. You don't realise how much you move things to draw until you can't do it. Anyway, that's what I will do. Okay, I'm going to continue, but I might put the camera on overhead now so that I can move this and colour it in. Right, I may have lost a little bit of footage there because my memory card got filled up again. So I might have drawn a couple more roses, but you can, you know, you stop when you feel like you've done enough. Right, now what I'm going to do is just go around. This is a thicker fine liner. This is a 08, and I'm just using it to go around the outside because I'm going to use a Sharpie, and even though it's a fine, supposedly a fine Sharpie, it isn't that sharp, it isn't that fine, and it's got a chunky nib, and I will just go over it and make a mess if I just go straight in there. So I just tend to go around the outside here with a, this is not a very nice pen. I need to get some more pens, I think. Let's try that one. That's a bit better. When you're struggling with it, I don't use these ones very much, the thicker ones, so I don't wear, you know, the others get sort of worn down into a nice sort of a nib that I'm quite happy using, but these don't. It was a bit scratchy. So I'm just going to go around the edge. I'll probably put some music on now because you don't really need to hear me waffling on doing this. Right, I've gone round the sort of outside. There's two reasons for doing it. First of all, as you can see, they've got a nice, this has got a really broad tip, even though it is a fine point, and you can't get right into all the little bits. And if you try and colour everything, you can colour everything with a fine liner, but it just takes forever because you know, they're quite thin nibs, and also to me, when I do it, it just leaves a little white lines, little white specks, which I don't really like. So I just go around the outside, so I've got a bit of a buffer when I'm using this. It means I can get right into all the little cracks and crevices that need, you know, a finer pen. But then I can just whip in with a black Sharpie, and this bit's quick, it's fun, and you can do it. You don't get the little white specks, I guess, because you've got a broader tip. And it could just colour in nicely. You just got to be careful. You know, maybe you're neater than I am, but I'm a bit heavy-handed, so if I don't go around the edges first, I'll probably do it. And just when you're doing it, just be careful, watch what you're doing, because it's very easy to colour in a leaf or a petal without thinking. So just every time you do a new bit, just double check with yourself, is this supposed to be black before you go ahead and do it. And you don't have to do it black. I just like if you colour in the negative space, I think it just brings the flowers out a bit more. But to do it your way, you know, you could colour in a different colour in the background. I think when I did the other one, or oh no, it wasn't quite with the roses. It was when I was doing the cosmos for my dad's card. I made a little mask for it so that I could drop splatters in without getting them on. So I could do pink on the flowers and I could do white and gold in the black region. This, I think, is going to be a little bit complicated to do that. You could if you were happy fussy cutting, but you know what my relationship is with fussy cutting. I'm not going to be cutting out all these little bits, I can tell you. Hopefully you can see that this is neatening up a bit. It also gives you, when you're going around it, you know, if you've gone over the line a bit, when you've done your leaf, the veins on your leaf and things like that, you can neaten it up. Or if your shape on your rose is a little bit dodgy, you can neaten that up a bit. Is that it? I think so. So all we've got to do is the fun bit now, watercolouring it or whatever you're going to do. So I'm sure we'll make a fine card front for my aunt's birthday card. You could put extra white on here if you wanted to. I'm not going to do it, I don't think, but you could. Or you could have splattered it with white, whatever you like. But I think that will do me. I'll just mount that up and make that into a card. Anyway, I hope that was helpful if you wanted to learn how to do the roses. I'll be back again with something different. I have got an idea for something. Yeah, I think I'm going to make a journal, but I will do that, I don't know when I've got a minute. Okay folks, so have a lovely week, and I'll be back again soon. Bye for now.